What do you do when you twist the head off of the bolt that holds the subframe to the car? Well, you got to cut open the frame and weld in a new nut. Stick around and I'll show you how we do it. What's up guys, my name is Andy, and in this video we're going to cut open the frame of my 66 Fastback to replace the nut that holds the bolt for the subframe brace. In the last video, I had to take that brace off the car to do some work, and the bolt, the head of the bolt actually just twisted right off. Not something that you want to, and the downside is the other bolt, I ended up having to cut the head of the bolt off because it just spun inside the frame. So both sides need to be serviced. And how we're gonna do that is we're gonna cut open just like a porthole in the side of the frame here so they can access the nut. Now on this side, that nut and the bolt are fused together, and I'm gonna have to dig that out of there and replace the nut. And on the other side, just because it was spinning, I hopefully should be able to just go in there and pull that old one out, and then we'll just weld in a new nut. This side might be a little bit more work, so we're gonna start over here. I also had to buy new bolts, and you guys need to be careful if you do ever have problems with the bolts with these subframe braces, that you need to buy a special bolt. It's got a special taper underneath the head. It's designed to position that subframe brace in a specific spot, and you need to use the right bolt for that. And then we just got a grade 8 nut to go with it. So it's a half 13 thread pitch, 1/2 inch by 13. And so the nut you can get at pretty much any hardware store, but the bolt I needed to order online. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a porthole in the side of this frame here. We're just gonna use a cutoff wheel, I got a grinder, and get inside there. You do need to be careful on this side. We probably need to take the bracket out of the way for the brake line. And then I'm gonna probably use a jack to lift this steering system, out of the way so that I can get in there to cut that. On the other side, there is a fuel line that runs along the frame. So you're gonna wanna either protect that or shield it, or maybe if you can, remove it out of the way, but that side might be a little bit more work. So we're gonna start over here, cut it open, and see what it looks like on the inside. All right, so now that we got that cut open, look, there's lots of rust pieces and stuff in here and garbage that we can get that cleaned out. But you can see there's the end of the bolt that broke off, and then down below that we start to see the nut is still in there. So what I gotta do is I gotta get this cleaned out so I can get access to this nut and either punch it out of there or grind out the welds that are holding it in place. I gotta figure out how that's holding in there, and then we can get the new one put in place. All right, so we broke it free, and that was a lot of work. I had to put a lot of heat into this, pound it on from the bottom. I ended up drilling a hole in the bottom side of the broken bolt and just stepping up to the various bit sizes, and then use this punch so that it would kind of align in one spot, and then just hit it with a hammer, and it broke it free. So let's see if we can get this out of here and then take a look at it up close. All right, so here is that, so you can see the hole that I drilled in the bottom there. And then see how this is kind of a specially designed nut? It's made to fit inside the frame. So when they weld it in place, it kind of locks in place. So the downside is on the new nut is not the same size, external size. So it'll fit down inside the hole that this was sitting in, but I'm gonna have to do a better job of locking it in place because the frame isn't going to do all the work like it was before. And here you can see inside what that looks like now that we got that nut out of there. So on the other side, I expect that to be kind of rounded off because the thing was just spinning and spinning inside. So now that we got this open, what we need to do is go to the other side and cut the same hole on the other side to get the other one out of the way. And then we have to bolt the subframe in place, just kind of loosely hold it in place to locate where those nuts need to be, so that when we weld them in place and we disconnect the subframe and put it back in, that those nuts are always where they need to be and they line up with the bolts. So now it's time to go to the other side. We'll cut open the other side and get that nut out of there. And the same thing on this side, we need to take this bracket off for the brake line. And then because this fuel line's in the way, there's a part over here, maybe we can loosen that up and kind of pull this out of the way a little bit so we can get in there and cut open that hole. But it's just the same as the other side. We'll just cut it open and get inside there. All right, and there, that one's out. Now we can get inside and get, yeah, this thing, you can almost, it's loose in here, you can almost pull it out. Maybe get some pliers and I can pull it out. I may have to do the same thing where I just kind of punch it out from the bottom. But this thing is definitely loose in there. There, that was easy. All right, so you can see that this one, it just, the welds, whatever, it just broke off and it just sat there and just spun inside the frame down inside there. So this one was a lot easier to get out, but so I have to fix it anyways. Yeah, you can see down inside there, see how that metal's kind of pooched up and kind of spun out? That's why the metal wasn't grabbing that nut and it just sat there and spun. So now we're going to illustrate what the bolt looks like. Well, we're just going to put it in here so you can see if I can grab it easily. So while the bolt's upside down, that's fine. You can see how that nut sits down inside there. That's actually, I mean, it's a little looser than we want it to be. The nut is not the exact same external dimensions as the factory nut. And if you guys can have access to the original factory nuts, I would buy those because they're designed to fit inside that pocket perfectly. But this will still work. We can weld this in place, but just get an idea of what that looks like. If I can do this with one hand here. So you see how there's a little bit of slop in there. That's okay for now. What we'll do is, the next thing is we're gonna bolt the subframe in place, and we'll just put the bolts in through the subframe and into these nuts and just kind of thread it in so that it holds the nut where it needs to be. And then we'll go in and we'll tack that nut in place. All right, now we got the subframe just bolted in place, and you just snug it just enough to kind of lock everything in place. We don't want to tighten that bolt down to factory specs yet. We just want to get it snug so that nut is located where it's supposed to be. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put a couple of tacks on there just to hold it in place. Then we can pull the bolts out and then finish welding up that nut. Now this is where a lot of you guys are kind of going to be stuck because you don't have a welder, you don't have access to one, you don't have any welding skills. My welding skills are very limited. I'm comfortable enough doing this on my own car, but you guys need to maybe farm this out if you don't think you can do it. Welding's not hard, but it needs to be done right. We're probably going to skip all the part where I do the welding just because I'm not the best at it and you guys probably don't want to watch me mess this up. Anyway, so let's come back after we've got that thing welded in place. All right, yeah, it's not pretty in there. It's holding for now. I'm not really good at this, and I recommend if you guys aren't comfortable with it, you should really take it, have somebody come out and maybe weld it up for you. This will work, but this is not something to be proud of. All right, I'm gonna do the other side, and then we can come out and then do these outside plates. All right, this side's much better. Okay, now we can get down to buttoning this thing up. All right, guys, I'm gonna spare you the pain of watching me weld, but I just went ahead and just kind of tacked this thing in place, use these little magnets to hold this, kind of center this, this piece as best you can. Now we're just gonna run a bead along those seams and just clean it up, and then we'll grind it smooth and paint it so that it looks good. Again, guys, this is not something that I'm super wild about. I'm not super confident about my welding skills, but I can weld a little bit. Again, this is not, I'm not trying to tell you guys how to weld or what to do. If you're not comfortable with it, I'd have somebody else do it. So all right, let's button this up. Yeah, I know, guys, it looks bad. I thought I'd just give you a little teaser of it, but yeah, you can tell I'm using flux core, but we got her done. We got her sealed up, and now I'll do the other side. All right, this side is done. The welds are not as pretty as the other side, but that's okay. We got her done, painted. We're just gonna let the paint dry. We'll hook up the brake lines, put the fuel line back in place, and then we'll be done. All right, guys, there it is. I didn't do a very good job of matching the paint. I thought the undercoat was more of a black than a gray, but that's all right. We got her done. It's coated and it's protected now. We're gonna let that paint dry, and then we're gonna bolt the brake line back in place, and then we're done with this side. All right, guys, that does it. That is how you repair the nut for the subframe brace on a 66 Mustang. Again, pretty simple. The hardest part, I'd say, is the welding of the nut inside the frame. If you don't get that hole open large enough, it's hard to get that welder tip down inside there and run that bead around that run that nut. So be mindful of that. And then also, because of that gas line on the other side, just be careful of that when you guys are over there. If you can weld, you can definitely do this job, and I think you could do most of this work even if you got on Facebook or Craigslist or somewhere and asked for some help, and somebody with a welder, they come over. I just have that FlexCore Lincoln welder. I think I paid like $100, $150 for it. Very simple. For jobs like this, it does a good job, and then whatever you can't do, that's where the grinder comes in and cleans it up for you. So, all right, guys, that's that. Now I got the subframe brace bolted in, everything's tight and everybody's happy. Time to put the wheels back on and drop the car and get on to the next project. Guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you subscribe, I appreciate that as well, because that helps my channel out, and we'll see you in the next one.